Hey guys, so in this video I want to try teaching match cuts. Essentially what a match cut is cutting between two different scenes, but the movement from one scene carries on to the other one. This makes the motion look smooth and continuous. So I'm going to make a simple example of a match cut. Firstly, I'm going to draw a square. Place that right in the center, no stroke, fill of white, and I'm also going to add a circle. I'm going to cut straight in the middle here, from the square to the circle. Now I want the square to slide in from the left into the center, cutting into the circle, which continues the movement sliding to the right. So first off, I want to put the square's keyframe for being in the center at the end and move the square to the left at the start. Select these two keyframes, hit F9 on your keyboard and go into the graph editor. If you can't see this graph, make sure you click on your position and click on separate dimensions, and you want to right click and click on value graph. The speed of the animation should be the fastest at the end, where it transitions into a circle. So I'm going to drag this handle downwards and it's the steepest at the end. Now with the circle, I want it to start at the center, and at the end I want it to shift to the right. Same as the square, hit F9, go into the graph editor, and instead of speeding it up at the end, the speed should be at the start. Drag the first handle up so that the gradient is the steepest at the beginning, and as you can see. Now one more thing I would like to do is make it so that it's loopable, and the thing with match cuts is that it doesn't necessarily have to start and end at this one point, just as long as the movement is continuous. For this square, instead of making it slow at the start, I want to make it slow in the middle, so I'm going to drag this one up so that it's fast at the start, fast at the end, but slow in the middle, like that. And the same thing for the circle, fast at the end, fast at the start, but slow in the middle, just so that at the end it will speed up, and at the start where it loops back around, the square will speed up, shifting to the right. And if you look at the graph here, you can see the fastest part of the animation is at the center and at the start and end, where the shape cuts between being a square and a circle. Looking at the home motion graphics project, I've done a lot of match cuts. So as you can see, these two scenes have completely different shapes that just cut, but I've used match cuts to transition between them. The logo at the end scales up, which matches with this square scaling up. The graph for the logo looks really wonky because I've tried to make it scale down at the start and then back up. Speeds up at the start, speeds up at the end. Same goes for the square. The fastest part is at the start and end, and slows down at the middle. Along with that, I have a rotation on the logo. Again, speeds up at the end. That follows through in the square. There's no rotation keyframes on the square itself because I've linked the square to a null object, essentially a parent for the square. So looking into this, you can see that there's a rotation here. So all of these squares, because they're connected to rot control, they all rotate with it, and the graph for that looks like this. And just like the example, the fastest point is in the center and it slows down at the start and the end. Following on from this square shape in the center also transitions into the next square. I've used size to scale the shape. If you didn't know, working with size for shapes like these is a lot better because the stroke is maintained no matter how you scale the shape. But if you just scale it, it will deform the stroke as if it was a regular image or whatever. The position was animated using the null object, and one thing here I've used is anticipation. The square accelerates near the end, but I've wanted it to shift to the right first and then go back. Like you can see how it slowly shifts to the right here, slows down at this peak, and then just speeds up, cutting right into this scene where the square, as usual, just slides to the left. In the say it back typography, I've cut between say it back and if I using just position, and once again here shifting down and scaling down, which matches with the shifting down and scaling down of the text here. And just scaling, this text zooms out, cutting straight into say it. Having your motion continue and be the sharpest at the transition point will make cuts much smoother, or in animation terms, a match cut. That's about it for the tutorial. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any questions, and I'll see you next time.